And guys, I think we're live. Hello and good evening and welcome to the Hold the Vision podcast. I'm so sorry, but we're just crying tears laughing. You had to have been here beforehand. But anyway, so good evening. Welcome all. I am your host tonight, Chidi Sticky Fingers, of course. Yay. So tonight we're going to be doing things a little bit differently, guys. I just thought that there was a whole plan. There was a whole plan, but you know, sometimes plans don't go to plan. So we just change shit up, and it's fine. We can do that. So I thought this week we could just have an open discussion. Open discussion where we just talk about any and everything. I'm going to just throw some topics out there, and you're going to give me your opinions and your views. And we'll probably end up crying tears laughing, just like we were just before we came on. But yeah, let's just see how it goes. So welcome. So I am joined so far by the most beautiful, the most amazing. I was going to call you delectable then. I don't know why. Delectable. Millie Wales Milan, our banter bringer. She's laughing.
Honestly, I can't. Oh, guys, they tricked me into thinking that Chris Brown was coming to the UK and he's not.
No one tricked you into any of that. You told yourself that.
She made that up in her own head. And oh yeah, by the way, this is episode 10. Just before we forget, so we didn't mess that up. Go
what
on.
Does delinquent mean?
Delectable.
Oh, that's what I said.
Tasty.
Ooh, I mean all of that.
It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those.
It is, honestly. I'm trying to stay professional, but my eyes keep crying. I'm so sorry.
And I'm also joined by the amazing Carl Bull, all the way in Australia, sunny Australia. He's here every week on time.
6 a.m.
What's the time?
It's 6 a.m. 6 a.m.
That's dedication. Yeah. That is dedication. That's what I have to say.
I'm still dead. I'm still dead.
Carl's still dead. He's still dead, but very much alive, very much awake, but very much sleeping. So, yes, guys. So I thought, first of all, do you know what? This is why I was laughing when we came on. When I was laughing at Millie, because I'm always laughing at Millie, because she makes me cry tears laughing. And two, because I saw this post, and it said a 19-year-old girl, she was rushed into hospital, she got problems with her appendix or something, or thought that she had problems with her appendix. She's been holding in her farts around her boyfriend for, I can't remember but it was a long ass time. Let me just say that again. She's been holding in her farts around her boyfriend. Oh my gosh. Like, the thing is, so when you're...
That's a toxic poisoning, right?
Yeah. She must have gassed herself
up. Not gonna lie, we've all done it. I don't think, unless I was asleep, I never ever farted in front of my boyfriend. And we were together for 6.5 years. Never farted in front of him, ever.
Yeah, I've never purposely farted in front of a guy. Not purposely.
No, I didn't even let out a sly one. They just, nope, weren't coming out. But it's one of them ones, you know, like when I leave to then go home, you walk into the car and every step is like a, and you're like, fucking hell.
Carl, what about you? Ever farted in front of your significant other?
Didn't used to, but now I can give a shit, and I will now. No pun intended. But yeah, I mean, no, it's just it's a case of I got IBS. I'm gonna fast. Deal with it. Whether I fast or shit myself, then we got a bit of a toss up on what's going to go on. Then, haven't we?
Oh my god!
So
okay,
I have actually done that.
I was going to say
done that once.
Have you done that? I was going to say I've done that, but in my defence, I was pregnant. I was literally, and it was the week I was due as well. I went to the cash point. I don't know if I told the story before, but I went to the cash point, put my card in, and I was like, I've pooed. Like, I've literally, I just stood there and I remember crying. I said to my daughter's sperm donor, you're going to have to take me home. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've pooed. I've literally shit myself in the street. You have to help me. It was awful. I had great joggers on as well.
Well, let me set out my story for you, and this is fucking true. So I'm just about. So I was with my ex, and I was actually moving into that place a couple of days later. So we were all going for drinks to say goodbye to some of the old housemates. Yeah. So I'm leaving my old place to go there now, and in the Uber, I'm like, oh, IBS, there's the wind, there's the wind. So I get up outside the house, and they tell me then they're at the pub around the corner. So I get up out there. I thought, right, I can fucking fart now. Shit myself straight away. I literally shit myself. I had no change of clothing. Luckily, I had a change of underwear on me. I had underwear on. I ran into the fucking pub, threw my fucking bag at him, told him to order a fireball. I ran into the women's toilets. I put my underwear in the fucking Tampax thing, and I had to clean my ass in the sink. No joke.
Oh my God, that's messy.
This must be an up north thing. You see down south, you can't shit yourself. Like you can't do that. It just doesn't happen.
Babe, IBS has no boundaries. It doesn't give you a warning. It's just nah.
I'm gonna jump into the comments quickly before I come to Millie. I know Millie got an embarrassing story for her.
So I need to come to me, girl. Next.
Good evening, Kim. Hey, Ariel. Hey, Freckleface Mama. DJ Empress, good evening. Brina, good evening. Hope you're all doing good. So DJ Empress said, I've burped when I went to kiss someone. That's why I'm single. That's a bit much, isn't it? I love it. She burped.
I'm just imagining, how the Simpsons do it and the lips go.
The vibration and the whole dramaticness. Yeah, that's what happened. Definitely. What about you, Mills? Have you ever pooped on someone? Ever?
Was it on someone,
I don't know, really. Like, to get me, people do shit.
No, I've never done any of that.
Oh, here's another story for you. I'm at a day club now over here called Sash. It's a banging day club, funky house thing going on. And I had drank so fucking much, it was unreal. I'm at that point where I'm gonna throw up like hard. I projectile vomited on someone's legs, no joke. Oh. And I made out that it was my pint, but it was all like pure fucking water that came up. I made out it was my pint, and they were like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's okay. No, I fucking threw up on their legs.
Oh, Carl. Only you.
That wasn't an accident. That wasn't an accident. That was surely an accident.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're no. Don't go out with Carl or nothing, and don't be around Carl when you drink. Guys, I wanted to touch on something as well. Quickly, whilst I remember. So let's put this into mind. Think before you speak. Yeah, think before you speak. So I was like going through.
Think before you shit yourself.
Yeah, and that. So I was going through a couple of blogs this week or on the weekend, and I saw this. There was a blog done by this young girl, and she was saying about she's really slim, in stature and everything, and she was saying, people are always like, oh, look how small you are. Oh, you're so skinny, aren't you? Oh my God, you've lost loads of weight. Like, why do people, she was saying, like, why do people feel the need to comment on, people's weight or the way that they may look, or, if something's changed about them? And why do we automatically, I think sometimes it's not necessarily that people do it on purpose, but they just automatically say it. Like, if I saw you and I hadn't seen you for ages, and then you were suddenly like 5'1", I'd be like, oh shit, Mills, like you've gone really short. Do you know? But you would say it, wouldn't you? There is no way in my mind that I'm not going to say it. But why do we have to? And I think there's levels to it, isn't there? There's levels to what we do comment on. Like, do you think that commenting about, somebody's lost weight or gained weight or something in their physical appearance has changed? Do you think it's necessary for us to speak on it? Mills, I'm going to come to you first.
I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, if not, I'm just going to be staring at you the whole time and you're going to be like, what are you staring at? Then I'm going to have to say it anyway. So I might as well, I don't think I'd say like you've put weight on. Did I say that? I don't know. Do I know anyone who's put weight on? I don't know. I definitely say if you've lost weight or, you know, changed your hair, you've got a new piercing, do you know what I mean? Or something like that. Because I just think, well, why not? Like if you didn't, especially with something like a haircut, hair color, piercing, or if you have like dramatically lost weight for not a medical like reason, well, if you didn't want anyone to talk about it, then why did you do it? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just, yeah.
And I think this is what this girl was saying. She was saying, so she struggled with her weight all her life, in the sense of she struggled to put on weight, to gain weight. So she was at a point in her life where she thought, you know, she'd gained a bit of weight and she felt well and everything. And then she saw somebody and they were like, oh my God, haven't you lost loads of weight? And she said straight away, just pushed her, just shut her down.
Yeah, but then that I feel like it's a, is it self-esteem thing? Like, because who was it that said that to you and why did it affect you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Do you know, maybe she's, like you said, she has been conscious of her weight. But I feel like everybody's slightly conscious of their weight, whether you want to be or not. It's one of those, like, it's one of those like things. But I guess where she's battled with it, and it's obviously something that's affecting her when people then do bring it up, and it doesn't sound like it's in a malicious way. It just still affects her because it's something that she is conscious of.
Yeah.
But I don't think she should take it to heart because, like, I wasn't there. I don't know how the person like said it. But if they never said it in a malicious like way, then, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
It's just personal inner demons as well, isn't it? But in terms of like weight loss, it's always something that's celebrated. We celebrate losing weight, but we never really comment on about putting on weight, unless it's like that one friend who is like, just using an example, anorexic and can't put on weight, and then they put on weight and you're like, oh, you're looking really good. That's the type of thing then you would say to that one personally. Otherwise, it's behind the back, look how much weight she fucking put on. Do you know what I mean? But socially, it's a good thing to lose weight. So I think that's why people just come out with it.
And just automatically say it. Yeah, I get it. And it's like, it's sometimes I think, for me, right, so the way I look at it, I think we all do it. It's something that everybody does at some point, whether it's to do with weight or just to do with a change in their physical appearance. It could be anything, or you've had your nose pierced, or you've changed your hair, you know, those kind of things. But I think, is it necessary for us to actually comment on other people's physical changes? It's sometimes, if it's not, like, I know people who will comment on things that, you know, like the most subtle of changes. And I'm like, I think to myself, fucking hell, are you watching me that hard to notice that? I think if it's not obvious, why are people noticing it? And this is where I think it goes to show like how people differ. There are people who will stare and study people to the point of no return, and they will notice every tiny little change. And then there's people like me, I wouldn't fucking notice if you change gender sometimes and that kind of bit. I'd be like, oh, you seem a little bit different, but I don't know, I'll still just treat you as you are. Do you get me, kind of thing? I think one time I said something to somebody. I don't know whether this is why it's what made me think this way, but I did say something to somebody and they burst out crying. And they went into this whole personal thing about themselves. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. And from that day, I've never really openly commented on anybody's physical like changes in appearance or anything, because I think sometimes we really don't know what's going on with that person. And I'm not saying that human beings do it on purpose, because it's just a natural thing to do. But sometimes, is it really necessary for us to comment on other people's like physical changes? I don't think it is.
It's not necessary, no, but you also need to think as well, everything, social media, for instance, everyone documents their weight loss journey or what they're dieting or what. So that therefore is being brought to the forefront. So that is normal commentary. Yeah. So even if somebody doesn't want it to be about it because it's socially that way now, it's just a normal thing to do and say. I mean, in terms of opening your mouth in the wrong place, Mills, I used to have a children's indoor play centre with my mother back years ago. And there's one woman who used to come in all the time who was perfectly formed pregnant, like 9 months, gonna burst, even 10 months. And I said to her one day, I was like, when are you due? She was like, it's a tumour. It's literally a tumour. They can't take it out because if they take it out, it's attached to all the organs, she'll die. That taught me a fucking big lesson, to shut your fucking mouth. But yeah, because she was coming in for months and there was no change in the stomach, you know, in the whole shape of her. And she was perfectly pregnant.
I mean,
so people, shut your mouth.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's you.
Yeah, no, it's only I could do that. Literally wanted the floor to open.
Yeah, no, I love that you said that and that you shared that, because that's where I was kind of going with it, because we never ever really know what people are actually going through. Even though we might say things in innocence and there's no malice in it, we could just be opening up a whole can of worms for the other person and ourselves. Do you know what I mean? But sorry.
Yeah, no, I did that good. No, lucky enough, she was a good sport about it. She was said, like, she gets questioned about it all the time. Honestly, I've never seen such a perfectly formed pregnancy belly. True story.
Hey, the way
I'm giving all my oldies out today, aren't I? What's that?
Hey, me and my tumour would be using that to my advantage. Are you all right? Walking onto the tube, there's no seats. Just what?
Yeah, just push it.
Yeah, get on the bottom. Hello. Going to a little concert. Hello. I am pregnant. Yes, I come to a concert. I am pregnant. I need to sit at the front. Thank you.
I'm pregnant, sculling my wine at the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott. So moving on also as well, right? So I want to touch on, what are we all thinking of this, like, this cost of living? What bank are we robbing soon, guys? Because this is not it. What's going on? Talk to me.
You guys are lucky that my light is on right now, because I'm going to do this by candlelight. I'm telling you, I don't even know who's in charge, whether it's the Queen, Boris, Russia, someone else. Fix up. Because
how many electricity companies are there in the UK?
Well, I don't know.
Carl, fuck off.
There's loads now.
No, seriously. There can't be that many that the government can't control how much they peak up their interests.
There's loads.
They should be able to cap those interest rates going up all the time. It's how they're making people pay through. People haven't got jobs still after COVID. So many things have locked down still and not got back to economical places where it needs to be. There's no money going into the country, and yet they're throwing up those costs, shopping costs, groceries. How are people supposed to live?
In Aldi, everything's gone up by like 10p. And it might sound like, it's 10p. When I'm doing a shop of like 100 items, 10p extra on all of it's a lot of money.
Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's
and it's
two
like,
of us,
yeah.
me and a child, and my 2 weekly shop is like 135, 145 pounds. That's in Aldi. Imagine if I was in Tesco, Sainsbury's, the Waitrose. It's mad.
You can't be shopping in Tesco. Tesco is teeth, man. But it's just like, I just think that surely, do you know, because the government are allowing this like massive inflation, they're allowing these things to go ahead. Surely they must be benefiting from it, because how are they going to just like? It's just mad. People are not surviving. Like, I put petrol in my car the other day, and then I found myself like 24 hours after just going and putting more petrol in my car, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? This doesn't happen to me."
Really?
And yeah, Carl, you know what I'm like. It doesn't happen to me. I put my petrol in and I'm like, and I literally put like £15 in it. I just put 15 and I'll just bang £15 in quick. That'll last me a couple of days. It was fun. I didn't really go too far. Do you know what I mean? Only went work back, just went shopping back. Didn't really go far. And I just thought, wow, this is how it really is. And like in terms of like gas and electric, it's so bad. I overheard like this woman saying, she was by the shops and she was saying that I'm literally on my emergency and that's just she said, I'm just rocking it like I'm flossing. She goes, I'm just rocking it like my meter's just topped up nicely because I just don't know what I'm going to do when my emergency goes. And that's how people are living now. The cost is just, it's mad. It's absolutely insane. Freckleface Mama saying, sorry, Carl. Sorry. She said she topped up her gas and electric 3 times this week. It's Wednesday.
What?
It's so bad. This is what I'm saying.
How can I justify it?
Oh, Carl, it's going up in October. Just to let you know, it's going up again in October.
Again.
It's going up again in October.
So
what they'll do is, it's going up again in October. Then, like next year, they'll be like, oh, we can bring it. So basically, we can just about afford it now. In October, it's going to go up. Everyone will be basically like bankrupt. Then in like next year, they'll go, oh, we can bring it down, and they'll only bring it down to the price it is now, where we can barely just afford it. But everyone will already be in debt because it's already gone up to come back down to where it is, where we can only just afford it. They think they're smart.
So bailiffs are going to have the field day of their lives.
Oh, 100%.
They literally, people are going to be out on the streets. People
to manage it because so many people will be in debt. There isn't enough like bailiffs to go around the whole of the UK. They'll have to sort something out.
They're going to have to. DJ Empress is saying we're paying back for lockdown losses. Every grant and funds we're paying for. Freckleface Mama says she's starting an OnlyFans soon. I am very close behind her doing that because this is what I mean. This is why people are just going and finding like got people in it's like you got to have 3 incomes now. It's like you've got to how are you going to live if you can't have 1 income? No way. And then they I saw another post and it was saying about they're transitioning everybody who is on like certain benefits or whatever. They're transitioning everyone over to universal credit and everyone's kicking off. I actually don't I'm quite ignorant when it comes to all that. I don't understand it. So what does anyone know anything about that? What does that mean for anyone to go on universal credit?
Universal credit is better than being on the other benefits. So, but when universal credit first came out, like anything, because when it first come out, obviously it had its teething paths, and some people have had a really bad experience with it. I'm on it, and I've only ever been on that, so I wasn't on the previous benefits.
Yeah, because I get like working tax credit.
Yeah, I never got that.
Okay.
So when I had my son, I just went like automatically on to universal credit, so I don't know any different. But I've got friends who are still on like working tax and child tax. And I'm like, you could get so much more money swapping to universal credit. But I think what people are scared of, when you first switch, there's like a 12-week period or something where you don't get paid, where they're trying to figure it all out. And then once it's figured out, you then get like backdated. But obviously in the meantime, what are you supposed to do? So that's where everyone's like, I don't want to. And they're quite strict. So like if you work and then you lose your job, but you do not have a proper reason, you'll just get like a sanction on your account, and you won't get paid unless you've got a good like reason. So it's in a way it's good because it's making people stay in jobs. It's making people not be a benefit
if they can find a job.
Huh?
Yeah, they can find.
If they can find the jobs.
Yeah, I mean, there are loads of jobs out there. It's just people don't want to. So people, do you know what I find now? Like, and I was one of those people that was just like, you know, a job would come up on Indeed or whatever I'm looking at, and I'd be like, I don't want to work as that. I don't want to work as that. Why am I being so picky? Just get a job.
A lot of people don't want to actually work now. Like, I'm not even going to lie, I don't really want to work. If I had the choice, I wouldn't do it. but it's just that's all I know, so that's what I do. But I don't really want to. I don't think a lot of people are really actually enjoying the working life because it's becoming harder. And when you're not, I just don't think people can't live. Like literally in the UK, everybody is struggling. It doesn't matter, like unless you're proper elite and you're just mega rich or whatever, you're struggling right now. Everyone's struggling right now. You just see people like when I go shopping, I see people more using their calculator to add up their weekly shop, and it's just really sad to see that the world has become this. And then that yes, they raise the minimum wage or they raise the living wage or whatever, but as they do that, they put that up a couple of pence and everything else goes up a couple of pounds.
And they raise like national insurance, they raise tax.
Yeah. They put up the rent, they put up everything, water rates,
council tax.
People are working to literally pay gas and electric now.
Yeah. Mill, I priced up the other day hairdressing jobs in London. £23,000 a year is what you get paid as a full-time experienced hairdresser. I worked out all funds and stuff afterwards, and after paying everything else, I think I was left with £271 to live on for the month.
For the month.
Crazy.
That's your food.
I mean, what the fuck? It's just,
mad.
I mean, how do you live in London and live on £270?
That's a bottle of
It's
water.
crazy. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, you literally can't. DJ Empress is saying all funds handed out in lockdown, including furlough. Yeah, we're paying the price, I believe, for all that time we had to stay home. Wasn't our fault, but we are paying the price. And I just think that this is why I think the crime rate has gone up. The fraud, the amount of fraud that people are doing, that is wild. That is absolutely crazy. I've read so many things and heard so many stories of that the things people are doing just to gain money.
So you also got to think now. So all the money was paid out of COVID. Then you got the Ukrainian war now. So they've given money over to there. So the income taxes will go up in the UK now to help compensate that. It's just a knock-on effect. These debts are going to be taken. They're going to take generations to pay off.
Of course
they are. Yeah, 100%. Let us know what you think in the comments as well, guys. And like, how is this whole, the current financial affairs? How is it affecting you? If you don't mind sharing your story. I just think it's just sad to see people live like this. It really is. Like me and my mum when we were shopping, we were just looking around, looking at people you could see. They're just like, and everyone's at the checkout, and you can see their heart sinking. Like, how much is that? How much again? Do you know, it's really bad. You can see, it's horrible when you've got to say to your children, "Oh, just watch what you put in," or we can't get that this week. It's really bad. I think it's so sad.
I think you'd be better off going back to the fucking Victorian times and the Black Plague. It'd be easier. No one's going to be able to live. No one can live. No one can bloody work properly and earn decent enough. Everyone's being pushed aside, and more money's been taken off the government because of everything's got to be paid for. No one. It's just going to be a rat race. No one's going to actually get ahead of themselves for many years. And it's cruel. Kids are going to miss out on so many opportunities because there's no money for them to do certain things. It's going to be fucking crazy.
DJ Empress is saying petrol is killing me. Petrol is just I've never really noticed petrol, but now I'm feeling it. I really am feeling it. I'm just like, what is going on? Need to try and make up like a little concoction in my back garden and sell that shit. Bit of oil, do you know what I mean?
Just get a pipe and go and siphon it.
True. Could do that too. Jam and saying, £1.60 odd per litre. It's dirty. £1.60, guys. Nah, goodbye. It's not for me, innit?
Wow.
It's mad. I'm trying to, I'm gonna get a plane and just.
So a house was sold over in Bronte, which is a beach, the eastern suburbs, beaches. Before COVID, it went up for, I think it was £15 million. It just sold now, just after COVID, for $22.5 million. It went up an extra $7.5 million.
Wow.
That's insane.
So property over here is booming. Sydney is crazy for prices.
Oriel saying, yeah, it's gone crazy, to be honest. It is. It has gone crazy. So guys, I just wanted to also just throw something out there. It's just random now. Like, it's random. It's totally away from this topic. Millie, I'm going to ask you first. What would you do if you were having sex with your significant other and they called you somebody else's name?
What?
Like, what would you do? Like, really, what would you do?
Did you not have this last week? Am I imagining it? Am I having deja vu?
No.
We're having deja vu. Okay, cool. Box in the face. Standard. And then you're getting out. Fuck your shoes. Fuck your Jordans. Fuck your clothes. Get out. Get out.
What if it was an accident? What if it was just like the ex-partner's name?
Get out.
I've just been told. I swear I asked you this last week. I did, didn't I? No, I thought last week. I'm sure we were talking. No, I did. I did ask you.
Just get out. Just get out.
I possibly couldn't have remembered your answer.
Get out.
Well, it's a definite mood killer, that's for sure.
Carl, what would you do?
Probably bite my lip, laugh, and then, yeah, attack. I mean, it also depends on whose name they're calling.
This is this is where I was getting. Yeah, this is where I was getting at, because I wanted to see where it was going to go. I do remember asking you, Mills, and I do remember your response was the same. Get out. You did say something about Jordans as well. You 100% said that, but we didn't move on from it. Carl, talk to me. What was you just going to say?
I mean, it would depend on whose name was actually being called, first and foremost. I mean, if it's like their ex, then yeah, that's like, motherfucker, get your fucking shit sorted. But if it was someone else's name, I don't know. I think...
Like, what, their neighbour? You're thinking of your neighbour during sex? The fuck?
Well, it could be fucking anyone. It could be some rando they like on Instagram, or I don't fucking know what goes through people's heads.
No, I'm sorry. My name is Milan. Like, you can't get that mixed up with nothing else. Like, so get out. Get out.
Would I cope? I think I would have like a bit of a mini breakdown. I definitely would, and then I would be fucking probably vile towards them. I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so I don't really know firsthand how I would actually react. I don't know, but I would assume it wouldn't be fucking good.
Calling me someone else's name. No,
I assume it wouldn't be a good reaction.
I've got Oriel in the comments, and she said I would have to say get out, even if. Do you know what? This is awful trying to read the comments. So bad. I tried to read the comments beforehand and I come totally off the screen. I don't know how Sticky does this, because it's just not it. I'm not a comment person. I would have to say get out, even if it was even if it was an ex-partner. They're still on their mind. So that's not good at all. A couple of people have said things beforehand. Don't know what you said. Please repeat, because as I said, came off the screen. Freckle-faced mama said, shag his dad.
Who?
Shag his dad.
I mean...
Shag his dad?
Yeah, that's what she would do. She would shag his dad. Do you know what? I'm all full of that.
I mean,
the dads are probably the dads are always better anyway. Not that I know, but...
Well, that's an option.
She would sleep with his dad. Well, yeah, he wouldn't fucking regret saying what he said, wouldn't he? Regret calling up Susan when you should have been saying Shelley. Do you know what I mean?
So, have either of you ever called out the wrong name
Right, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah?
Oh, see, I knew there was something coming.
There's always one, innit? But not, like, it wasn't during the act. We were just, like, talking, laughing, whatever, and I said somebody else's name. I did that, and that person got really pissed off, innit? They got really pissed off, and it was like innocence. It was in pure innocence. But that person got so pissed off. Yeah, there was a thing for a while. Like, it took me ages to smooth it over. Long time.
I also got to admit, like, my mother is classic at getting people's names wrong. I am the world's worst with my clients. I never remember their fucking names. I always call them babe or whatever. But I'll remember what colours I'm putting on their hair from like 6 to 8 weeks ago. Can't remember the name, and I call them the wrong name all the time. So my mother is forever being like James TJ Carl, like, there's fucking 3 different people here. So
I mean, that's why
it's easy to slip up.
I can't get confused.
Yeah, but also even people don't really like that as much now.
You right, babe? You right, hon?
Yeah.
I know the names.
Yeah, but people don't like that. They also think that now they get offended by calling babe or love, and they find it as if it's like a passive aggressive term, or it could be an insincere term. You know, the woke world's like now.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like to be called do they?
Sorry.
Got the question. Sorry. No, the question's gone now.
I just feel like if a certain someone has got something to say, do they just not want to be here?
I know, this is what it is. Do you know what? Let's put it up there. Let's just talk about him, innit? Because obviously he wants to be talked about. Oh, let's just not even give him that energy. I'm not even trying to give him that energy. He's moving on swiftly. No, because I just don't get it, innit? Like, you're proper, he's literally all up on the screen. I'm just going to tell everyone now. Just chatting a bag of shit, commenting on what we're saying. Just speak your truth, innit? Like, chat your shit. This is what, do you know what? Let's just not give him the energy. No, don't. Don't even.
So
moving on swiftly. Is there anything in the media this week, Millie, that's pissed you off?
Not so much this week. In general, right?
Yeah.
So going back, I don't want to like put a downer on the chat, but going back to this, the price of rising and grants and loans and all that there is going on in the world, and then England are doing their part and they're offering out their homes to the Ukrainians, which I think is very humane. Is that the word? It's a very good thing to do, Maybe you're trying to get brownie points to get to the Golden Gates. I don't know. But I feel like there's been a lot of people sitting on the ground for years. Not all of them are dirty. Not all of them are thieves, if you like. Some of them are genuinely there because they have nowhere else to go, and no one wanted to help them. No one wanted to even drop £1 in their little bucket, or when they've got their little cardboard sign with the dog. Do you know what I mean? No one wanted to help them, but they're going to do their part, offer out their house. And I understand that these people have come from a war. They have come from something that's so terrible that none of us will ever imagine, because we've not been in it. We've not been there. We've not had to flee, and our kids haven't had to go through that. I fully understand that, and I'm not trying to deter away from that point at all. But you're still opening your house up to any stranger. And for me, charity starts at home. Always. Charity starts at home. When I'm walking in the town centre and there's people with buckets and stuff for different countries, and they're like, oh, have you got, I'm like, sorry, do you see I have a child? And I'm not saying that to be like, all my money needs to go on my child, but charity starts at home. So I need to make sure he's okay, first. And once that's okay, then if I've got some spare change, I'll think about dropping money anywhere else. And if I do drop it anywhere, it's going to be in England to help people here. Do you know what I mean?
Well, people can't pay their fucking damn electricity, let alone give
100%. That's what I'm
exactly. let alone
Because I
have
always
people as a
think as
stranger
well,
in your home.
you know, like when we watched TV and you've got the Red Cross or whatever they're called and the something, I don't know, all of these people, and they're like, oh, you know, donate to this cause in this country or donate to this cause in that country. Do they have those for us? Because there are still children with like Childline and children that are hungry and orphans. So do they have those adverts
I mean,
for our children?
What would the adverts be? Feed a chav WKD Blue for £3 a week? Is that what the adverts would be for the UK?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, there were homeless people, there were homeless kids, there are people who, like, there were people here who actually genuinely need help. So are our adverts in other countries, or no, because we're not a third world country?
Yeah, no, we don't have adverts out there. Like, there's starving children in this country. There's like, you know, there's parents and they don't know how they're going to feed their children or where they're going to get the next meal from. You've got, you know, like you said, I've known, like, there's this one woman, and it's from being small, I remember her being homeless when I was small, and the woman's still homeless, you know. Like, the woman still ain't really got no stable address. She doesn't know how she's going to eat from one day to the next. What's going on? But then you'll happily. This is where I think not so Great Britain fucks up every time, because they
There's
are willing.
Nothing great about Britain.
Nothing great at all. They bring any and everyone into the country. This is not me saying that people are not, you know, don't deserve to come into the country. They do. Everybody deserves to feel safe. Everybody deserves a roof over their head, and everybody deserves to, you know, feel that sense of that they've got support. Yeah, but how are you doing it for people who are not from this country, but you're not doing it for the people that reside in the country?
Like Mills was saying, all these charities that are supposed to be helping the homeless and stuff, I mean, you still see a mass, like, London is thriving with homeless. And
they found them a place during COVID. So for 2 years, they had a roof over their head, and now they're all back out. So where they
back out?
Nice.
And then what does my head in then as well? But then you got, like, you know, these giveaways and everything, like on the radio. Kiss, they're always giving up big 90 grand they gave someone the other day just for answering their phone and saying, make me a winner. I don't understand it. So where were you finding all this money to give these people, but then there are homeless people and there are people who don't eat? Where's the, it baffles me. It really gets me, because I'm like, how does it happen with, like, all this lottery money? Why can't you just give all that lottery money?
I've always wondered that. Do you know, I wonder, where does the lottery get their money from? Probably, are you telling me that 1.8 billion people bought a ticket?
Yeah, but it'll go all over Europe and stuff and whatever. Like, over here, you play the Australian lottery and you can play the American lottery as well from Australia. So you get, like, ridiculous prizes over there. But, like, all this stuff with... why aren't these mass amounts of money that are being given away for, like you said, picking up a poxy phone call? Why is this not being put into some sort of funding situation to help bring down fucking costs of bills and stuff like that?
Exactly. And then if you want to bring...
to allow people to get on with life.
Because they can't get that money back if they did it like that. We are in a system. We are in basically a hamster wheel. So they need to be able to give us loans and give us grants. A grant's what you don't pay back, but you do pay back. You're paying it back. You're paying it back until everyone starts paying it back. So it's a hamster wheel like system. They can't just put free money in to help a situation, because then it's like, oh, well, we've sorted this issue now, and we could have sorted it like years ago. It's just the hamster wheel system. We're just going round and round and round and round.
It makes you sick, but then they're putting all this money out there for people to win. But then why don't you want to bring people over from Ukraine? You want to bring people over from this, that, the other. Fine, bring them over, but use that money to do what you need to do with them. Don't take what little left we've got, because we're also suffering too. Do you know what I mean?
Question: are the families that take in Ukrainians and stuff, are they being subsidised from the government to help?
What is it, like £300
towards costs of living?
£300, I think, a month.
Just one off.
No, I think a
one-off payment.
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, don't it cost more than that for groceries now?
Yeah.
In just one go, and then you got all the extra electricity and stuff. How I don't know. I don't understand logically how this is meant to be done correctly.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't.
Doesn't make any sense. We've got DJ Empress is saying. She said, "I think the £50 fines for the MPs has pissed me off the most this week."
Oh yeah.
What happens?
You know the MPs. You remember? You know at the lockdown parties that they had.
Yeah.
They're being fined £50.
Are you fucking kidding me? When everyone else got fines of fucking up to those hundreds and grands and threatened possible imprisonment, they broke those rules and they are getting £50 fines. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
But wasn't it a standard fee? If you have a party in lockdown, it's a £50 fine.
No, it was hundreds, wasn't it?
They were paying their £50 fine.
Wasn't it?
Oh no, I'm thinking about here. Up to here, it was up to a 20 grand fine if you were out of lockdown.
Thing. Look at that gym owner. Remember that guy who kept his gym open? He said, "Fuck the government," and he said he's keeping his gym open, and they fined him 10 grand. Keeping it open.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they was handing out fines of £50.
That is wild. So but it's mad. And you have people who literally stuck by the rules, stuck to them, didn't see family members, didn't do anything. I'll say it straight. I saw my family members. You think I'm not going to see my family because you're telling me fuck off? But there are people who didn't. They didn't do it and they missed out, and some of them lost family members they didn't see. And then these MPs are just getting a little fine for £50 after raving it up, literally raving.
I mean, I don't mind because they get paid by our money anyway. So if a little £50, why you don't find them any more than that? Just find them £50. Because where's it going?
So they're doing £50. So when we're talking about people's health and lives, it costs more for a fine to throw a cigarette end on the floor.
Yeah,
that fine costs more than that fine. None of it makes sense.
And Boris is not. So DJ Empress is saying, and Boris won't be fined. It's bollocks. If he's fined, he'd have to resign.
Boris's head needs to go on a spike. It does. I can't stand him.
God doesn't like Boris.
I know he's supposed to have love and light, but he's horrific. He is absolutely diabolical.
But the government, fuck Boris. It's going to come off YouTube, isn't it? But no, I just think it's just. Do you know what? I literally woke up the other morning and I had a massive breakdown, massive. And I said, do you know what? Fuck the UK. I can't. I am not dying in this country. I am not. And I had to put those words out there and I affirmed it. I am not going to die in this country because this country is mad. When you look around, it's just bad vibes. The UK is bad vibes, all over. And it's terrible because even if I'm not saying that other countries, there are other countries that are really bad as well. But when you look at people in other countries, that might be warmer, or you can grow your own food, or it's just nice and it's calm. And even though it might be shit, it's still beautiful at the same time. The UK is not a beautiful place. You look around and it's an absolute shithole. It's an absolute shithole. It's wild.
It really is. I can't stand the place. I actually detest the UK.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's all good. It's all good and well if we live the lavish lifestyles, live in Kensington or Chelsea.
Yeah,
totally different life then. But
for
normal people who lives in, it's a joke.
Yeah, can't be everyday average Joe Blogs just living. You're not going to live happily or comfortably in the UK. It's just a struggle, isn't it? Every day, and you hear people say this country is such a struggle to just exist. It's quite hard.
Okay, put this into perspective now for what shit they cost over there. So for instance, a train from London to Cardiff, cheers, how much are you looking on?
It's like £80 one way, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I know beforehand I paid like 120 and 140 and whatever else. Yeah. So that distance, so I can go from Sydney to the Blue Mountains, which is longer, and it's $14 return. I mean, if a country like this can afford to do that, why is transport in the UK, for instance, that's a killer. Like I was looking at Opal, what's it called, Oyster Card the other day, and it was like 170 for zones 1 to 2 for a month. £170. Are you fucking kidding me?
Go? It's crazy. How are you charging that amount to do what? What are you doing? I don't see an improvement. They have
all their priorities. No, because they keep saying they're going to bring out these super fucking trains and all this shit. Stick Boris in front of the super train and let him get squashed. Let him go. I cannot.
Well, I don't technically think it's Boris that deals with that. It's the other man.
No, but Boris started all that shit. Boris started all the upgrades in the lines and putting the super trains through before he came into power. He started all that shit. Boris also started Brexit to get himself into government.
Yeah.
Boris was the one who fucked everything. Well,
DJ Empress said about she said about congestion charge. So congestion charge kills it too. Congestion charge in London is absolutely
and they're just widening it, and then they put the ULEZ, and they made the ULEZ wider as well, and it's like
what's the price on congestion now?
Is there any point in having a car in London?
No.
I
don't know how much congestion is. 25, or is that like ULEZ?
£15 a day.
15.
I remember when it first came out, wasn't it £6 a day?
Huh?
When it first came out, the congestion charge, I think it was like £6 a day at the beginning. Way back in.
Don't remember.
I don't remember how much it was, but it's £15 a day. You know. This is what I mean. People can't live. This is wild. I reckon we should just all just do a little money heisting.
I'm down.
And me. I'm literally.
I just want to go to space.
Yeah, just take me to another planet, because this ain't it. But it's just like,
if the UFO would come down, fucking, you're taking me. I'm off.
Well, it was like just about a month back, there was like a 92-year-old woman in the area I live in. She got arrested for literally, she was like selling drugs, like literally, but not even selling them. She was producing them in her house. 92.
Oh my God.
And then when they asked her why, she said, I just want my grandkids and my great grandkids to be all right, because I literally, like, we're all struggling. Like, and it was genuine. She broke down, was crying and everything, but she learned how to cook. Like, cook.
Grandparents are literally dealing and cooking.
She was a great grandparent. Like, she's a great grandparent.
Wow. You might as well just put her into a home or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think she went to prison. I think they just put her on rep, like, somewhere. It wasn't prison because of her age. I
think the UK is going to go through a Great Depression again. I really do.
And it really is. And then there's then the suicide rates are going up as well, because there's no funding now for mental health. There's no funding for mental health. No, there's not. No funding for mental health. There's not. They've taken it away because they've sold that, like all that, everything's been like sold to America. I was talking about this today in work, and it's just, America's not NHS. So everything's private. So you have to pay for everything. So unless you're paying for it, people, with what money? Nobody's got any money to pay anything. So unless you're paying for it, you're not getting that treatment.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's all part of a bigger plan. Definitely.
100%.
All part of the bigger plan. I'm over the world. I literally want a UFO to come down, and I'm running to it, and I'm fucking off. See ya. I'm gone.
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to go and swim and look for a fucking Atlantis and fuck off under the sea or some shit. Become a fucking mermaid. I'm done. I'm over.
My mate sent me a meme the other day, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to go on holiday? Go and try and find the Bermuda Triangle." I was like, "Yeah." I'm ready.
Freaking hell.
Guys, I've enjoyed this chat. Do you know what I love about us three is the fact that we're honest and open, and we're just free with the conversation, and like some other people, other members of this podcast. I'm not going to say no names, aka Sticky Fingers, no names.
Remember, I'm still here, you know. I'm still here.
Oh, wow.
I'm
the voice of
still here.
This is what I mean. So, like, what was the point? You might as well have just come on. But
Sorry,
again,
he was like
guys,
a whole pervert in the bush, like.
Yeah, guys and girls, just to let you know, this
He
is
just
like
wants to be God today.
This is what he's like. He didn't want to put his face, but he's all happily enough to put his voice all up on the audio and everything. Just don't want to. Do you know what? I'm going to do a 1-to-1 with Sticky. I feel like I need to do a 1-to-1 with him. Innit?
We need his truths, not textbooks.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You're not ready for me. You're not ready for me.
He spoke some sense last week, though. Did you see? I actually put his little snippet up on the Instagram page. Go on, we might as well give him his moment. Last 5 minutes, can we give him his moment today? Because this is what he wants. DJ Empress said she enjoyed this evening. Thanks, guys. She enjoyed it more because Sticky ain't here. And Freckleface Mama said, "Oh, there he is." But I will give him that little moment that he had, because he took a deep breath, like he inhaled, exhaled everything, and he said his piece. He said what he had to say, and he actually spoke sense. And I was really proud of him because he chats shit 99% of the time, but he spoke sense, spoke facts actually. Well, do you know what? Okay, well done, Sticks. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.
She came off the screen.
I know, I couldn't. I can't take it. Fuck that.
But I'm going to leave you guys now. You guys have a good night.
We're leaving anyway.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, Stick.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye, Sticky. So, yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in this week. We had a nice little discussion. I did enjoy that. It was nice. But, yeah, let us know. I'm going to pop a post up. Let us know any topics that you would like to hear us talk, discuss, or anything that you want to talk about. You're always more than welcome to pop them in the comments. Next week, I will be joined by Milan and selection of some other beautiful ladies, and we will be having our all ladies discussion. We were meant to have it tonight, but there was just a slight change of plan, so it's been rescheduled.
I'll be there in drag.
Carl will be there in drag with this nice long lace wig. But yeah, in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go over to the YouTube channel. Please go over to the YouTube channel and catch up on any previous episodes. Drop a comment, tell a friend, do all of that. But thank you so much, guys, again for joining us this evening. It's been great. Sending love to you all. Hope you
stay
all
safe in this world.
Yeah, hope you all win the lottery. I hope everyone just comes into money because this is long. But send you love, and we will see you next Wednesday for another discussion. Thank you, guys. Love always.
Bye. I'm going to piss myself. Bye.